Yeah, you're cold. You guys just coming out? You want me to introduce you? Yeah, okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thanks all of you for coming out this afternoon. And we also want to welcome all of those who are viewing the stream on the Viking Sports Network this afternoon as we introduce you to the new football coach at Missouri Valley College, Casey Creehan. So we'll hear from Casey in just a moment. But first, Dr. Joe Parisi, the president of Missouri Valley College. Dr. Parisi, you'll come forward and start our program today.
Thanks, Ken. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this historic day. I'm excited to stand in front of you this afternoon as we announce the appointment of our new head football coach at Missouri Valley College. Yeah. After a thorough and extensive search process led by a dedicated search committee, I am confident that we have identified the right leader for our football program with a mission to pursue greatness and achieve new heights. I made it clear to A.D. Mockholtz that I wanted a search committee that would represent stakeholder groups that would be essential to the search process and expected outcomes. And I want to express my sincere appreciation to the search committee for their commitment, diligence, and expertise to this process. Their dedication to this process to find the best candidate has been instrumental in ensuring that they selected a candidate that not only possesses the skills necessary to achieve success on the field, but is committed to the academic and career success of individuals recruited to graduate at MVC and ultimately the success of Missouri Valley College. Our new football coach brings a wealth of knowledge, passion, and a proven track record of success. We believe that under his leadership, the football program will continue to thrive, and the student athletes will be campus leaders involved in many aspects of our campus life programs. Rest assured, A.D. Mockholtz and I share the same vision when it comes to the success of Missouri Valley College athletics. Make no mistake, our goal is not only to win Hart championships, but a distinct presence on the national stage as well. In addition, and after a new record of 19 academic NAIA scholar teams, a new bar has been set in the classroom here at the college. The expectation of who we recruit, their involvement in their academic and career pursuits will serve as a catalyst in all that they do now and in their future. You'll notice this, I took this picture this morning on a framed picture that I have in my home. And I was fortunate and blessed enough, A.D. Mockholtz and I, to be a part of the first national championship program in the state of Missouri in its history. And we would always emulate, the halls would talk of Coach Ashford and several of the other football coaches that were a part of Missouri Valley College history. And as a young coaches, some of us a little younger than others, we were able to not only think about emulating the behaviors, but emulating the excellence that was commanded both on and off the field. It was a super neat time to think about Missouri Valley College and certainly its history. So I thought it would be appropriate to put that up there here today. As the largest athletic program in the country, we are proud of serving the second winningest football program as well. Yes, I said second. I believe it's by 5 games. Andy will probably correct me. Who's counting? I am. After a national championship in 1947, 34 conference championships, and 13 appearances in the NAIA Football Championship Series. 5 national semifinal appearances, and a national runner-up finish in 1974. 40 NAIA AFCA first-team All-American selections all time, and we commend the work of the 12 men that have established these accolades as head coach in our history. As we look to the 13th coach to lead this program, I ask that you support all Missouri Valley College athletics and the student athletes that wear the iconic V on their uniforms as we seek a new level of national prominence. Thank you for being here today, and may God bless you.
And now I'd like to introduce our athletic director, Mike Mockles. Mike was the head of the search committee. He'll talk about that and the process, and then also introduce our new coach. Mike?
Good afternoon. You know, this is truly a historic day. As Dr. Parisi mentioned, we've only had 12 head football coaches in our whole existence of 130 plus years. This is a momentous moment. It's big, and we did an exhaustive search. We had over 130 applicants for this position. We broke it down, kept narrowing it down. We came down to our final 5, and of course we have our guy, Casey Creehan. His most recent coaching position came at fellow Heart of America Conference school, Peru State, where he led the program in 20 and 21. The COVID-impacted 20 season featured only 3 games for Peru State. But in 21, Creehan led the Bobcats to a 7-4 record, and 3-2 record in the North Division. Prior to that, he was at Lyon College in 18 and 19. Lyon finished with 4-7 his first year, and then turned him around to 7-3 the following year. The best 7 wins was the most in that school's history. He's also spent more than a decade in the Canadian Football League. He's been with Toronto, Winnipeg, Hamilton, and several others. Also has FBS and SCS level type coaching experience at Eastern Michigan, James Madison, and Southern Illinois and Lehigh, Pennsylvania. Casey Creehan received his bachelor's in political science from Grove City in Pennsylvania, master's of science in health education, recreation from Emporia State. Casey is passionate. He is committed. And I'd like to introduce you to the 13th football coach at Missouri Valley College, Mr. Casey Creehan.
Thank you everybody for this warm welcome. Thank you for being here today. I'm very humbled, very honored to be here. This is obviously one of the most historic programs in the country with a tremendous foundation that I'm very excited to be a part of and hopefully be able to take it to new heights. The first thing I'd like to do today is thank a few people. First of all, to A.D. Mockles and Dr. Parisi, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to carry out your vision. Their vision for this institution as a whole is phenomenal, let alone the football program. And as I said, I'm just honored to be here and be able to do that. My wife, Lori, who's here today. My son and daughter, Camille and Weston, who are not here, you're my everything. Thank you. My parents, my brother, my wife's parents, thank you for your support. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. A few coaches I'd like to thank. I'm the son of a coach, so I grew up in a coaching household. My father, Dennis, is the only football coach in NCAA history at the Division II level to be the coach of the year at 4 different institutions as a head coach. So I didn't have to go very far to learn this game. And obviously, he's been very instrumental to me in my career, in my growth, in my learning. Secondly, Jerry Glanville. Some of you may recognize that name, but Coach Glanville led the Houston Oilers and the Atlanta Falcons. Coach and I talk every day, and he's been one of my mentors throughout my career. Any piece of advice that I ask him, it always comes out perfect. Every information, every tidbit he gives me is gold. And I wouldn't be where I am today without Coach Glanville. Tim Burke. Tim is retired now, but he is the coach that I've worked with longest in my career. I spent 10 years with Tim Burke in the Canadian Football League, and he taught me how to have a steady hand in leadership positions. And obviously learned a lot of X's and O's from Tim, but just a great friend and a mentor to me. And then lastly, I want to mention a guy that probably would be surprised I'm bringing him up right now. I worked for a man named Mark Tressman about 10 years ago, and Mark later went on and became the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And Mark was big in teaching me at a young age that this is a people business. And he would always tell me, you're really good with the X's and O's, but you need to understand that this game is about relationships, and this game is about people. And so since then, I've had the philosophy, and what we're going to do is we're going to respect this game. We're going to respect our opponent and play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And then we're going to respect every man and woman we come into contact with. And that's been a staple of mine, and Mark instilled that into me. I don't even talk to Mark all the time, but just a great teacher and a great mentor to me as I've gone through this journey. And I say we're on a journey. We are on a journey. And as we go through, the only thing that we're guaranteed in the journey is adversity. There will be adversity, but we will sustain, we will do things the right way, and that will eventually put us over the top. But while we're on this journey, I want to bring as many people along on the journey as we can get involved. I see our cheerleaders here today. I see people from the school, from the community. We want to get you all involved, and of course our alumni, okay? We all have a role in this journey, and we welcome and want our alumni to come back at any point. And we want to get to know you, and thank you for the foundation you've laid to the alumni. We have some players here today. So I just want to talk a little bit about players. First of all, you're the most important thing here. The most important thing to me right now is our own players. Yes, this is recruiting time, and we're going to go out and we're going to find student athletes that can help us succeed. But nobody's more important than you guys. And I just want you to know that. I always say, I don't make one catch, throw one pass, make one block, make one tackle. You cannot win without great players. And I just want to talk a little bit about the kind of player I'm looking for. And it starts with character. So we want character people first, because you win with character. And to any potential recruits, parents who might be listening right now, what I want you to know is that I will not bring your son here and have him surrounded with bad people. We want good character people here, and we want to do things the right way. Secondly, I want physical players, okay? This is a physical game, and that's going to be the cornerstone of our program, is physicality. And then from there, we want players who have burst and who can change direction. And that's really what we're looking for, okay? And then lastly, we want to recruit graduates, not just people who can come here and stay for a year. We want to know what a graduate looks like here, academically, socially, and of course athletically, and we want to bring them into the fold and welcome them to this great community and this great school. A little bit about me as a coach and who I am. I will create a culture of accountability, okay? We will set a standard, and we will hold everybody accountable to that standard. Coaches, players, and not just some of the players, all of the players. We will hold the stars to the same standard that we hold the rest of the roster, okay? Our stars are our leaders, and they need to be held to the same standard as everybody else. So we will do that. And then we will embrace the process. What do I mean by that? I don't set long-term goals and outcomes in this program, okay? Yeah, we want to, like Dr. Parisi said, we want to win the heart. We want to compete on a national level. And we're going to do those things. But what we need to take care of today is January 10th or whatever it is. We can't accomplish those things next November today on January 10th. I'm worried about January 10th and doing everything we can to succeed on January 10th, and then waking up on January 11th and doing the same thing. And then winning and accomplishing the goals that Dr. Parisi provided a second ago, that will be a byproduct of embracing the process. So that's a little bit of how we'll be. We'll be disciplined. We'll be physical, and we will be in shape. That is one thing I can control as a head coach, is we will be in shape. Jimmy Johnson gets credited for saying fatigue makes cowards of all of us. And that is true. That's the truth in this game. Football does not always reward the strongest, the fastest, but it will reward the team that's in the best shape. And we want to be the team that when our opponent is bent over in the fourth quarter, sucking wind, we're just standing there looking at them saying, "You ready to go?" And that's the mentality we're going to have. Mentally tough all the time. I tell every player I ever coached, okay, it takes no talent to give 100%. It takes no talent to be mentally tough, and it takes no talent to have the self-discipline to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, and do it every time. So yeah, we want to bring great athletes in here, and we will. And fortunately, with the great foundation that's been laid here in this great institution, we have an opportunity to bring in great student athletes, okay? But those three things right there takes no talent to do, and that's how I want my teams to be. And with that, if anybody has any questions, I'd love to take them. Okay.
Ken's going to get your mic.
What is the status of your assistant coaches under Trough? Are they going to be?
I have to announce those for our streaming audience. So the question is, what's the status of your current coaching staff?
Yeah, so thanks for asking that. The first place I wanted to look for coaches when I came here is right here in our own building. Okay, there's a lot of great professionals here who have succeeded in the community as coaches, just tremendous professionals here, okay? And they know the Missouri Valley way. They've recruited here, and they've succeeded here. So, yes, we will be retaining some of the current coaches, and then we will also be looking to bring a couple new ones into the fold as well. But the number one thing I'm looking for assistant coaches is character first and hiring the right people. It's easy to find experience, okay? But finding the right people is what's most important to me. We spend a lot of time together. So we want to spend time with people that have a similar mission statement to the institution with me, and people, quite frankly, who we want to spend time with. And that's what we're looking for first and foremost from the standpoint of the coaching staff. Thank you.
Now, offensively, Paul called the plays. Mm-hmm. You know, and I know you're mainly a defensive coach, or you have been. Do you know how that's going to so far?
The question was that Coach Troth called the offensive plays, and Hobby wants to know how that will change, or if that will change. Is that correct, Hobby? Okay.
Well, so here's what I'll say to that. I've been a head coach. I've been in this business 25 years. I'm a guy who loves to study the science of football. So, yes, a large portion of my career has been on the defensive side of the ball. However, I have spent some time on the offensive side as well. So I have a image of what I want the offense to look like. And so we will be having an offensive coordinator. There's an internal candidate who we're interviewing, and then there's some outside candidates who we're interviewing as well, who will coordinate the offense. I don't know if that answers your question, but yep.
What were some of the key factors that stood out, Casey, to make you want to have this, take this job?
So let me answer that with a little story. So fortunately, I've been able to be a head coach at a couple different NAIA institutions. And there's been one constant everywhere I've been and will continue to be, and that's a young man named Jake Wilson, who's a coach here at Missouri Valley. Jake played for me at Lyon College and then came with me to Peru. And at Peru State, he GA'd and he was one of my assistant coaches. And when I was leaving Peru, we had a connection here at Missouri Valley and was able to get Jake his first full-time job here. And so he got here, and after about a week of being here, he called me and he said, "Coach, this place here, wow, we've got this, we've got that." He's going on and on. We didn't have any of this at Lyon, you know, and we didn't have these things at Peru. And so I said to Jake, "Well, wow, Jake, that sounds really great. If the job ever opens, you know, let me know." I knew from being in the league what a great place this was. I know the history. I know the tradition. You know, the coaching fraternity is small, and there's a lot of great coaches, great players who have came through Missouri Valley. The foundation here, the tradition is awesome. And I knew being an outsider in the league and looking at Missouri Valley and working with people who have been here. A good friend of mine from Lyon College was the baseball coach here, Elliot Sampley, and he used to always talk to me about Missouri Valley. So I say all that to say this. Coming to Missouri Valley was attractive to me because I didn't have to ask for this facility or that facility or this scholarship structure or, you know, this support from the administration. It's already here. So I was immediately attracted to the job for those reasons. So when I was fortunate enough to be able to come here on an interview, I was excited. But then when I met Dr. Parisi and A.D. Mockles, all of a sudden I see their vision for the program and their vision for the school, and my excitement level goes up about tenfold, okay? So there's a lot of answers to that, but I would say this, in short, is the tradition, the foundation, and the excitement of where these gentlemen want to take the institution. That's what attracted me to Missouri Valley.
How do you motivate a team through adversity?
It's a great question, because adversity will always hit, okay? But again, I'm going to go back to what I said a second ago about embracing the process, okay? You sustain success by not worrying about outcomes. You sustain success by every day doing the things necessary of what it's going to take to accomplish your goals. So I always ask players, what are your goals? And you're usually going to hear something along the lines of, I want to graduate. You know, I want to win football games. Maybe they want to make all conference. So once they tell me those goals, now that I know their goals, I can hold them accountable to doing the things necessary for that to happen. For example, if I have a student athlete who somehow messes up in the classroom, off the field, whatever, I can say, did that action help you accomplish graduating? Did that action help you accomplish being an all-conference football player? Well, no. Okay, well, yeah, so now I'm going to hold you accountable for making those mistakes, okay? But we really want to live day by day. We want to enjoy the grind. College football is a grind. but you learn to enjoy the grind. And that's how we stay motivated, not focusing on outcomes, but focusing on the day-to-day and getting a little bit better every day.
Are there any other questions? All right.
The last thing I want to say to the players that are in here is I just want you guys to know I didn't watch one of you on film. I didn't look at one of you because I don't know what you were being told last year. So what I'm saying is everybody will start with a clean slate with me. Okay? If you were the star, you need to show me why you were the star. If you were a guy that didn't think you got a great chance to play for whatever reason, it's a clean slate. There's no incumbency. And the best people will be the ones that are out there on that field. And we want to have roles for as many players as possible. But we owe it to everybody involved with the college, with the program, everybody, to get the best players on the field. And I really look forward to working with all of you because I know what a great amount of talent is here.
Again, thanks to all of you for coming. There'll be a reception just outside the hall so everyone can meet Coach and his wife and enjoy some refreshments. Thanks for coming.